Holidays, thank you so much for joining us here for KUTV Weekend Prime. Glad to have you here with us tonight. Let's take a look at our highlights. Food prices to reduce as from next week. President Ruto promises temporary relief as debate and high cost of living continue. DP Gachagua says salary delay for civil servants is due to the National Treasury priority in settling matured loans. Interior CS Kithure Kindiki dispatches high-level investigative teams to probe Chuka murders following Saturday's protest. And the Safety Association of Kenya wants NTSA Director General removed over allegations of not working to control road accidents in the country. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm in the company of Samuel Kello, our sign language interpreter tonight. I am ODIDA. Let's get started. Now, President William Ruto today attended a church service at African Inland Church in Eldridge, Uasin Gishu County to celebrate Easter. The president acknowledged the ongoing debate on the high cost of living and food prices in the country, stating that his government is doing all it can to change the situation. Ruto says that beginning next week, food prices will come down. However, this will only be a temporary relief.
President William Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto have today joined Uasin Gishu residents to attend an Easter Sunday service at Africa Inland Church. The president has called upon farmers to grow enough food for the country in order to spare the nation the expenditure of importing food from abroad.
So as a farmer also, I came down here to look at what I can do to make a contribution to food production in our country so that we can reduce the cost of living. And this year I have purposed that I want to do twice in terms of productivity in my farm.
The president has also commended Kenyans for maintaining peace during the electioneering period. He said that the 2022 general elections were the most properly conducted elections in the history of Kenyan polls.
These were the most credible elections ever held in Kenya. And we want to thank God for that season. Let me also thank you for praying for the government of Kenya and all the people who work with me and all the counties and everybody else.
President Ruto has also urged parents to protect their children from drug and substance abuse, which he says has become a national crisis. The president urged parents to combine efforts with the government in a bid to seek a long-lasting solution to this problem.
There is a very, very big crisis. We're trying to do what we can do. I recently appointed a new board for NACADA. I'm working with all the other arms of government. But even as we do that at the government level, we must have a combined effort from the families so that we can meet somewhere halfway and make sure that we secure, protect our children.
First Lady Rachel Ruto has called upon Kenyans to pray for their families and also for the government.
A strong family gives us a strong church. A strong family gives us a strong country, and we shall never tire in praying for families. Let's continue praying for this great nation that God has given us. Let's continue praying for the leadership that God has given us.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta also attended an Easter Sunday service in St. Francis of Assisi Church in Nyali constituency, Mombasa County. as Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua commemorated the day in PCS Center Church in Ngorano, Mathira constituency, Nyeri County. Joseph Kess, KUTV.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is set to convene a leaders' conference to come up with radical measures to eliminate illicit brews and drugs in the central region. Gachagua was speaking at PCEA Center Church in Ngorano, Mathira constituency, where he also clarified on government's salary delays, faulting the handshake between former President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition chief Raila Odinga.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has responded to claims of public servants' salary delay, pointing fingers at former President Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, saying the salary delays facing the government have been occasioned by a borrowing spree done by the past regime. According to the DP, revenue collected in the past few days was only enough to foot debt obligations.
There is no way we can agree to a handshake because it has happened before and it ruined this country. It is true we are having challenges in paying salaries. We are having challenges in giving money to governors because the handshake government ruined this economy.
While speaking during a service at PCES Center Church in Ngorano, Mathira constituency, the Deputy President also hinted on plans to convene a leaders' conference that will come up with radical measures to eliminate illicit brews and drugs in the central region.
We have also called leaders in government from this central Kenya region to have a one-day conference to come up with radical proposals on how to deal with the alcohol menace and abuse of drugs in this region, to have far-reaching implications because we want the support of the leadership.
The Deputy President is of the view that the illicit brew dealers targeted young people between 12 and 30 with the intention of bringing down a whole community. His sentiments were supported by his spouse, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, who said she looked forward to the day when the region will be free from alcoholism.
We have come to the conclusion that this region was targeted because of its population, because of its success in business and enterprise for destruction, through introduction of illicit brews and drugs to this region. And we have found that these illicit brews are nowhere else. They have been sent to this region.
Mr. Gachagua also said he will convene another conference to discuss the coffee sector from all the coffee-growing counties. The three-day conference to be held in Naivasha is expected to come up with recommendations on how to revive the sector. Caroline Kimwele for KUTV.
Now, Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria has today joined legislatures drawn from Mount Kenya to attend a Sunday service in Nanyuki. The Cabinet Secretary has stated that the government is willing to engage the opposition in a dialogue, but not for a power-sharing deal.
Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria has led a number of Mount Kenya legislators in rejecting handshake between the government and the opposition. The CS, who was speaking during a church service in Nanyuki, said that the government is ready for dialogue with the opposition leader Raila Odinga, but not for a power-sharing deal.
Kwa niaba ya Rais William Ruto, makamu wake na Rigathi Gachagua, na sisi baraza la mawaziri, sisi hakuna serikali tunagawanya na mtu. Kama miaka mitano hatutakuwa tumefanya kazi, nyinyi mko hapa, mchukue kalamu, mkuje mtukosoe, muandike wengine. Lakini kwa wakati huu kutakuwa na serikali na kutakuwa na upinzani.
The sayers said that the dialogue between government and opposition should revolve around development of the country, and at the same time noted that the government will not allow anarchy to continue.
Shetani wa fujo, shetani wa maandamano, hiyo yote tukatae. Tunajua last Sunday kulikuwa Palm Sunday, na mimi ni Mkatoliki. na mimi nilikuwa nafikiria wale wengine watakuja waone vile sisi Wakatoliki wakati wa Palm Sunday tunaandamana kwa amani. Tunahitaji maandamano ya amani kama lazima maandamano.
Laikipia Women Representative Jen Kagere advised candidates who fail in elections to learn to accept defeat.
Mimi kitu ya kwanza ningetaka kueleza kwa kila competition ni lazima kukuwe na mshindani na mwenye anashinda. Kwa hivyo ni lazima tukubali, na mimi napenda kupeana example yangu mwenyewe. 2013 I lost na nikakubali na nikasema ningoje wakati wangu.
Kutoka mwaka wa 82 mpaka sasa kila uchaguzi ukifanywa analeta furugu na baadaye anahurumiwa, anapatiwa. Hii mambo ya nusu mkate tumekataa.
The leaders have also called for equitable sharing of resources among counties, especially in the central region, which is densely populated. Joseph Kess, KUTV.
Following protests that were witnessed in Chuka town on Saturday night that saw businesses and transport paralyzed in the three counties of Tharaka Nithi, Meru and Embu counties, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has intervened into the incident. According to the CS, the government has opened investigations into the recent killing of two people in Tharaka Nithi's Chuka town that caused the protest. The protesters were demonstrating against what they termed as extrajudicial killings. The latest victim was shot on Saturday by police following demonstrations that led to the blocking of the Embu-Meru highway for the better part of the day. The victim, who is believed to be a border chairman in the town, was among residents who were demonstrating over the killing of the first victim. The killings occurred within a span of 1 week, leading to protests by local residents. CS Kindiki, in a statement Saturday night, stated that high-level investigative teams have been dispatched to Chuka town to interrogate the matter and apprehend the culprits.
Kama ni kukuja kuzima maandamano, muko na tear gas. We want to know kama huyu rider ambaye, huyu chairman ambaye alipigwa risasi, was he armed? Alikuwa ametishia huyu askari? Na kama alikuwa amemtishia askari, kuna mbinu gani ambazo alitumia kwa avoid kwanza? Kwa maana this guy was unarmed, hakuwa na threat yote kwa huyu police officer, na police officer anatoa bunduki kupiga risasi. Mimi nashangaa Kenya tunaelekea wapi?
Now, officials from Safety Association of Kenya, led by their chairman David Kerie, have called for the removal of the National Transport and Safety Authority Director General George Njau, whom they claim has done nothing to control road accidents in the country. The chairman of the association claimed that previous road accidents would have been avoided if the vehicles underwent routine inspection.
The Safety Association of Kenya, through its chairman David Kerie, wants the NTSA Director General George Njau replaced for what they termed as failure to control the rising number of road accidents in the country. While speaking to the media, Mr. David blamed the recent road accidents on failure by NTSA to enforce vehicle inspection regulations, noting that most of the vehicles involved had malfunctioning brakes, which he said would have been avoided if the vehicles were fully inspected.
What is the cause of that accident? What did they say? The vehicle, the brakes failed. The one which killed our children, the brakes failed. Why are these brakes failing? If a vehicle is properly inspected once in a year, those brake systems are properly checked. And that is good to go for a good 1 year. These big vehicles, any accident happening, we are talking of failure of brakes, failure of steering, failure of this. Why? Because they are not going for inspection.
Additionally, David Kerie noted that the NTSA Director General has served for 3 years without taking any action on occurring road accidents, citing that there is a court order directing the NTSA board to recruit new Director General.
We have written to NTSA, we have told them that these things are going to happen, but they have not taken any action. Vehicles are not going for inspection, and we have said it, we have repeated it many times. I've given a new CS. We are now begging you to remove the DG. He should go. We have gone to court. We got an order, a very clear order, whereby it was instructing the board to recruit another DG.
According to the NTSA statistics, about 974 people have died as a result of road accidents from January to March this year. Of the total number recorded, 330 are pedestrians, 265 motorcyclists, 171 passengers, 98 drivers. 93 pillion passengers, and 17 pedal cyclists. In a bid to reduce road accidents during the Easter holidays, the NTSA, in conjunction with the National Police Service, started an operation of nabbing illegal vehicles on the road, which has so far resulted in the seizing of over 50 vehicles. Ruth Wanjiru for KU TV.
Now, a 23-year-old youth has taken his own life over an alleged domestic quarrel with some members of the family at Magana sublocation in Bomachoge, Borabu. Family and neighbors were forced to break into the room where Felix Ontinte lived in Bomasansa village and found his body on a rope around the neck dangling from the roof. Eliud Muteri with that report.
The death of Felix Ontinta, who committed suicide, happened amid reports from residents that the deceased, aged 23 years, was involved in a brawl with a reveler at a drinking den yesterday and later differed with the family members upon arrival at home.
Tumeingia ndani, tumepata ameingia kwa class 2, amejifunga na kamba ya mpira, lakini kwa sababu alikuwa amekufa kwa kuweza kumsaidia.
Family and neighbors were forced to break into the room where Felix Ontinta lived in Bomasansa village and found his body on a rope around the neck dangling from the roof. Boniface Nyang'au, who is a cousin to Ontinta, said the motive of the suicide was yet to be understood and urged the police to investigate and unravel it. Elsewhere, Meru County Women Representative Elizabeth Karambu and a group named Iko Okay Not to Be Okay want the government to decriminalize suicide while calling for the formulation of policies around mental health. According to the penal code, anyone who attempts to commit suicide is guilty of a misdemeanor and faces a penalty of up to 2 years in prison or a fine or both. Mutweri Eliud, KUTV.
17 minutes past the top of the hour. We are taking a very fast short break, so stay with us.
What's up, fashionistas? Looking for a show that brings you the latest in the world of fashion, glamour, creativity, and style? Fashion Diaries got you started as we explore street fashion, modeling, runways, red carpet events, and so much more.
Catch me, Ashley at Sachi, as we unlock the greatest fashion events. Keep it locked.
Individually, I had realized that, okay, I'm good at, speaking, I'm good at this and that. And then I figured out, so how can I use the skills that I have, and make a career for myself in the tech speed? Because, tech is so wide. There are so many things that we can do. So all this thing about, I can't do this because this is a male-dominated field. And this is just to encourage even the women, in STEM. There's so many opportunities that you really can take up, and this just aligns with your interest. And you don't really have to do something because someone expects you to do this particular thing. Just do what really works for you. What are your qualities?
It's the kind of life I ever wanted. Money, power, moments, and it does. And I also went to a seminary school too, where I'm supposed to be a reverend father. I've always been around music all my life. Yeah, it's up to every artist to know what motivates them. I saw you with the content, tell me nonsense. Say we no getting memo, take the content. Check my watch, you go see na God's timing.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and possessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's continue with our coverage. This week on Agribusiness, police officers from Sipili and Ngarua police stations have recovered about 120 bags, each weighing 50 kilograms of government-subsidized fertilizers, which are suspected to have been destined for resale. According to a statement from the National Police Service, the police acted on a tip-off from members of the public and raided Blessed Aggregate in Sipili Township, where a vehicle which was used to transport the fertilizer was nabbed and later detained at the Sipili police station. Two suspects, Francis Githiora and Sarah Murugi, were also arrested and are currently being detained at the Sipili police station, awaiting arraignment in court. County government has launched minimum guaranteed returns program, which is aimed to benefit and support dairy and mango farmers. In the supplementary budget for this financial year, the county administration allocated 200 million Kenya shillings to actualize the program and boost the two sectors which were in the past performing poorly.
Members of County Assembly.
Towards the end of last year, Murang'a County Assembly approved the county agricultural subsidy policy that laid the basis for a roadmap to attaining a minimum guaranteed returns for both the dairy and mango farming sectors. While launching the program on Sunday at Gatunyu area, Governor Irongo Kang'ata said that since January this year, the registered farmers have been receiving a subsidy which he is paid together with the prices being paid by the processors. Kang'ata observed that about 3,000 farmers are yet to receive their payments due to hitches arising from the personal details they provided, saying the challenge will be resolved and the money be wired to the farmers' accounts.
Kama wewe ni mkulima wa maembe, leo tunakupatia Kenya shillings 7 shilling per kilogram ambayo ulipeleka hiyo wakati. Hiyo ni equivalent to 3.5 Kenya shillings per kilogram per month of production. Jumuli produce January, tukampatia 3 shillings na sumuni. February, tukamongezea 3 shilling na sumuni. So hiyo inakuja total 7 bob. So wewe ufanye hesabu zako.
The governor also noted that dairy farming in Murang'a County is one of the main economic activities, and the subsidy will go a long way to boost farmers in earning and also to help them produce more milk. He asked dairy farmers who are yet to join cooperative societies to do so, as 13 of the societies tendered their bids and were successful so as to benefit from the program.
Wajua sisi, kwa nini tulikuja na hii mradi? One, mradi wa maembe unashika watu wa chini. Watu wa juu nao tukakuja na kitu kinaitwa milk. Nao watu wa milk na wao tutampatia shilingi kuanzia leo 3.5 Kenya shillings on and above ile pesa unalipo na processor ama cooperative every liter of production kuanzia this month up to 1 whole year.
Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, who graced the occasion, announced the intention of the government to start a new project which will help develop different counties in the country.
Tunafanya moja katika 23 counties mwaka huu. County inatoa 250 million. Rais wetu anatoa 250 million. Na ningetaka kuona county ya Murang'a ikiwa katika zile za kwanza. Kwa hivyo MC ambao wako hapa, mumpatie Kang'ata 250 million. Mimi na rais tumuongeze 250 million. Hapa kwa Del Monte tutajenga kiwanda kubwa sana.
The leaders have lauded the program, saying it will create employment to thousands of people in Murang'a County at the grassroots. Joy Maina, KOTV, Nairobi.
Now, the government is seeking to increase agricultural production in the country by addressing the cost of farming inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, seeds and animal feeds, and access their quality. To further enhance national food security, the government is also revitalizing agricultural cooperatives in dairy, coffee, cotton, tea and maize, among others.
Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Mr. Simon Chelugui, says that a multi-agency team has been established to assist in the distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers in the long rain planting season.
MSME needs the skills and management competence to operate in the current business environment and increase their impact on local communities. The Yara program in Kenya aligns with the government vision to boost the youth and women-led enterprises.
According to Chelugui, Kenya's dependence on imported food is unacceptable when the country has the capacity to produce more food for local consumption and export markets.
The multi-agency team has already identified 21 counties to benefit from this fertilizer subsidy program. We believe production will bring down the cost of living by increasing farmers' earnings per acre.
So that we build that transformation in the rural areas. We want jobs to be there. We want the farmers to be part of that transformation that the government wants to be food secure. And it's our commitment that through our knowledge, we will provide across knowledge through various crops.
The government is indeed at the forefront of empowering farmers in the country. Joy Maina, KOTV, Nairobi.
All right, allow us to take another short break at this point. Of course, we are coming back with sports news, so stay tuned.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Focus
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Bwari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Welcome back. Now in sports, Kenya Volleyball Federation KVF President Waithaka Kioni is dead. Kioni, who was also serving as the Vice President of the National Olympic Committee, died today morning at the City Hospital, where he was rushed to after a sudden illness on Saturday. NOC President Paul Terget has eulogized his fallen deputy as an ardent leader who had served Kenyan volleyball team passionately.
President of the Kenyan Volleyball Federation. In a statement, the NOC President Paul Tergat passed his heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and the entire volleyball sport in Kenya and Africa for the demise of the departed KVF President. Tergat said, and I quote, "NOC is devastated by the loss of its executive member and sports leader over the years. We wish to extend our deepest sympathies and condolences to his immediate extended family, friends, and volleyball fraternity in Kenya and Africa for this loss." End of quote. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba, who was among those who led the country in mourning Kione's demise, in his statement, Namwamba said, and I quote, "I am immensely saddened to get the information this morning about the demise of Mr. Waithaka Kioni. Kioni has been a towering enthusiast and leader in the world of sports, particularly in volleyball. On my own behalf and on behalf of my family and the entire Ministry of Youth Affairs, the Art and Sports, I do extend our heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, the NOC leadership, the Kenyan Volleyball Federation, and the entire sporting fraternity." End of quote. Kioni was due to hand over the reins in April 29 this year during the delayed KVF national elections. Following the demise of Kioni, the KVF outgoing Secretary General Ben Juma has suspended all the volleyball activities in the country. Wilson Tobiko, KU TV.
That's a wrap for KTV Weekend Prime. You have been with me, Ann ODIDA. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Samuel Kelo. Be sure to join me again tomorrow for Money Monday. Happy Easter holiday to you and your family. Have a good night.